everyone, welcome back to Solo Mode. My name is Jamie from Foster the Meeple, and I'm back again today with another solo playthrough. And today's playthrough is going to be on The Lord of the Rings, Fate of the Fellowship, which is published by Z-Man Games and designed by Matt Leacock. I am super excited to be doing this playthrough today because I have been loving this game. I love this game. I love Lord of the Rings. I'm here for it. Here's my one ring. I feel like a hobbit walking around with this ring, you know, because it's bigger than it should be probably. As per usual with my playthrough videos, I'm going to do a little overview of how the game works, and then we're just going to jump into the playthrough. So without further ado, let's take a journey through Middle-earth, shall we? Off to Mordor we go. No big deal. Alrighty, so Fate of the Fellowship is a cooperative game. It is based off of the pandemic system, or it uses the pandemic system, but there are some differences, which I will kind of cover as I go through how the game actually works. So in a solo game of Fate of the Fellowship, you are going to be choosing 4 different characters as well as Frodo and Sam. Frodo and Sam always play because Frodo, I don't know if you knew this, has a very important job. He's going to take this ring and he's going to boot, scoot, and boogie his butt to Mount Doom to throw it in the fire. You know the drill. So other than that though, you are going to be choosing 4 other characters. There are lots and lots and lots of different characters to choose from. I decided to get a little bit crazy with it, and I have picked 4 characters that I really like and that I'm hoping are going to help me win this game. I've never won this game. I've played it cooperatively, I've played it solo, I've never won. I have been like a turn away, but never won. Anyways, how this game works, it's going to be played over a series of rounds until one of a few things happens. Either you win the game. You win the game by completing 3 objectives. Once you complete these objectives, then you have to complete your main objective, which is to destroy the One Ring. This is the main goal. The objectives that I have drawn, I've picked randomly, and some of the objectives that you get are also going to determine what characters you will play with. But before we can do our main objective, which is to destroy the One Ring, we have to first complete the other 3. I will go over these right before we play so we know what all of our goals are going to be for this game, but just know that's one way that we can win. We destroy the ring. All is well. However, if we lose all hope, this is the hope track. If our hope goes all the way down to despair, we will lose. All right? That's how we lose the game, and there are lots of different ways that we can lose hope throughout the game, and luckily there are some ways that we can also gain hope, which is great. In a solo game, we have this green token. On our turn, whoever the active character is going to take 4 actions. They have lots of different actions they can choose from, and luckily we do have handy dandy reference cards. One of those actions is to travel. Traveling is just moving from one location to an adjacent location. You can move through bad guys, aka orcs, trolls, and the like, which are these red little meeples. You don't have to stop and fight. You can move through them if you want, but that is the travel action. When you travel, you can take as many friendly troops with you. So we have 4 different kinds of troops. We've got the dwarves, the elves, and we have 2 different types of men, basically. We've got our friends from Rohan and our friends from Gondor. So we are going to be, you could take those with you free of charge. You can also take other characters with you. So if Éowyn was moving through here, she ran into Faramir, she could say, hey Faramir, you want to come with me? He's like, heck yeah, I do. And they can move together. In a cooperative game, you just need to make sure that you have permission. Where it gets a little bit tricky is with Frodo and Sam. So Frodo and Sam are going to start up here in the Shire. When Frodo and Sam travel on their own or with others, we have to do one of 2 things. Either you need to spend a stealth, which is this cape symbol. They need to do that to be able to sneak past the Nazgul, to not be seen by the all-seeing eye, and so that they don't have to roll a search. Because remember, Sauron is literally always on the lookout for Frodo. He's obsessed. So if Frodo and Sam are traveling, we either need to do this, which is to discard one of these cards or a stealth token, which looks like this, for each destination that we go to. Or we have to roll a search. Now, a search is going to happen by rolling these black dice. What is going to happen is wherever they land, so let's do this as an example. If they moved here, we didn't have any stealth, we need to roll a search. If we did that, we are going to have to roll one of these search die for every Nazgul that is in that region. So in this example, it would be 2. And if there's any of the shadow troops in the region, we also need to roll another die for each shadow troop in the, not region, but in the actual space that they've landed in. Up to 7. So there are 7 of these. When we roll dice, we will be rolling them through they're going to go in the dice tower and they're going to roll like this, and it's going to be awesome every single time. There's the all-seeing eye. Anyways, that's how we roll dice in this game. So we would roll them. Then we're going to look at the symbols, and there are 4 possible symbols. So let's take a look at the 4 possible symbols, shall we? This one's easy, nothing happens. This one makes us lose 1 hope. This one makes us lose 1 hope unless we are in a haven. Havens are these areas that are outlined in yellow. And this one makes us recall Nazgul back to Mordor. Okay, so that's the search dice. Everything, once again, outlined on your reference card. But we have to search if we can't pay the stealth cost. The next action is called Fellowship, but we don't use a Fellowship action in a solo game. The reason being, everybody, all characters, share the same cards. Basically, in a cooperative game, the Fellowship action is where we're able to trade cards. We don't need to trade because these are just the cards that we have, all right? So we'll skip that. The next action that we can do is to prepare. So I've already mentioned these haven spaces. If you are in a haven space, you can prepare. Now, in a solo game, it's slightly different. Typically, what that would mean is you just trade in a card, any card that you want, to grab a token that matches the symbol of that card. Grab it from here. The reason why you might want to do that is because we do have a hand limit of 7, and so that's going to free up some of our hand limit space for our cards. In a solo game, you also need to make sure that the card that you are discarding matches the region. So if Eowyn was here, she's in Rohan, I could discard this card to get a heart token. And the tokens are going to help us do lots of different things, which we'll kind of explain as we play. Then we have muster. Muster is how we get new troops out onto the board. So any space that you see that has a symbol, so in Rohan we have brown spaces, in Gondor we have the blue, up in, where are we? These green spaces for the elves, and we have the gray spaces for the dwarves. So you need to be in one of these spaces, and then you need to spend 1 heart, either a card or a token, and then you can muster new troops onto that space. Muster is just how we get new troops out onto the board, which we will definitely need. Then we have attack. So how an attack works, first things first, you need to have a character present, and you need to have at least 1 friendly troop with you. Then you can roll attack dice. You have to roll a minimum of 1, but you can roll up to the number of friendly troops that you have. So in this situation, there's 2, I could roll 2. There are reasons why you might not want to roll as many dice as you can, because let's look at all of the different symbols, and you can do that up to 3 troops, I should mention. This is just straight up kill a shadow troop. That's the bad guys, that's great. This one is get rid of a shadow troop, but also one of your troops from the fight. This one is get rid of one of your troops unless you're in a haven. And finally, we have this one, which is special. If there are Nazgul present in the region, lose 2 of your troops. So you can see that there's a little bit of a risk. You're not just killing off troops, you're potentially sacrificing some of your own, which is why you might not want to roll so many die. Now there are cards and tokens with swords. You can discard a card or a sword token, which I believe are called Valor, in order to just straight up get rid of one of the troops. Okay, we're going to put these back to whence they came. Whenever you do an attack, you're going to move the Eye of Sauron to wherever the attack has happened. This is going to be really important because we're trying to keep the eye away from Frodo and Sam, because every time the eye needs to move to them and it can't because it's already there, we're going to lose hope. We don't want to do that. Hope is very, very important. Last but not least, for the types of actions, with the exception of the special actions, is capture. So I've shown you these havens, but we also have these shadow strongholds, which are outlined in red. If we are in a shadow stronghold and we have at least one friendly troop with us and there are no shadow troops in the space, we can spend 3 Valor or 3 swords in order to convert that space into a haven. Okay? Which is great because then we can't spawn shadow troops, which, is helpful. Okay, so that's how capture works. Those are all of the main actions. So you're going to do 4 actions with your active character. All of the characters also have their own special actions, special abilities. We'll go through that before we start, but you can do those base actions or you can do something from your character. Then Frodo and Sam is going to get to do 1 action. They only ever get to do 1 action. Come on, guys, get it together. Next, we're going to draw 2 cards from this deck. We're going to add them to our hand. We can have a maximum of 7 cards in our hand. Some of these cards, most of these cards are region cards that look like this. Some of them are event cards. Event cards can be played at any time. They're going to help us do different types of things. And then there are cards in here called Skies Darken, and I'll show you one that was removed during setup. Anytime we reveal a Skies Darken card, we are just going to follow what the instructions say. Not so good things happen. Our threat level is going to grow, which is going to determine how many of these cards we have to pull. The eye is going to be moving. We are going to be adding out more shadow troops, and we are then going to be taking the discard of the shadow deck, and we are going to be shuffling it and putting it back on top of here. Okay, so we're just going to follow whatever the instructions say. Then, once we do our 2 cards, and I will mention we're playing a standard game, so there's 5 of those Sky Darken cards throughout this deck. Then we're going to draw shadow cards. These are the shadow cards, and I'll just use this one as an example. These were used during setup. I've already set up the game. When you do this, you're going to look at what the current threat level is, which is the top track. That's going to tell you how many cards to pull. Then you will flip the top card over and we're going to look at what symbol is currently on top of the deck. And in this case, it's the bottom eye, meaning we are going to fulfill the bottom section of the card. If this was the situation, it's going to be the banner. We're going to fulfill the top. For the banner, we're basically marching. We're marching the shadow troops from that location to this location along this color path, and we are following along the arrows. Very important to note, our characters can move along any of the paths. Some of them are special and will require us to get rid of a symbol, get rid of a card, whatever it may be. That does not affect the shadow troops. They are moving along the arrows based on what is pulled here. The bottom of the card is going to tell us where to put out a new shadow troop along the board, and then it's going to give us some special instructions and we'll just follow those. If we run out of shadow troops and we can no longer place any, we will lose 1 hope per shadow troop that we can't put out. Anytime that the shadow troops march, if they go up and into a space that has a friendly troop, then they're going to fight. It's going to be 1 die per shadow troop that's there, and we're just going to resolve that as it comes. I will also mention, if we are in an attack and we're rolling die, we can spend ring cards in order to re-roll a die. Okay, so if you're like, what do I do? You can do that. There are 2 special cards in this deck. The Drums of War and the Wheels of Saruman, which we will resolve as they come up, but they're just different. Nobody's marching, no troops are going out, and these are discarded at the beginning of the game, but they will be shuffled after the first Skies Darken card. If ever one of our havens is overcome or overrun by shadow troops, it will get converted into a shadow stronghold, and we will lose 3 hope. That's a very general overview. So, and I'll explain everything kind of as it comes up. But to start, I'm going to go through all of the characters that we're going to be playing with today, as well as our objectives, so we all know what the heck we're working towards. So, let's start off with our characters. The first character that I have selected, I've actually picked 2 characters that I personally have never played with, so this should be interesting. I'm setting myself up for failure. The first character I have selected is Faramir. He has a few different special things and actions. The first being Ambush. When Faramir does the travel action with at least 1 friendly troop, you may do a bonus attack action in this destination, and if you do, you can change one of the die results to this for each stealth that you spend. Okay. Then he has Stealthy. When Faramir does the travel action across a special path, you can spend 1 fewer symbol. This is why I picked him, because as Frodo and Sam get over here into Mordor, there's a lot of stealth symbols, and if you don't build up enough, well, then you're kind of stuck, which isn't great. So that's actually why I picked him. Then he has his own special action called Wisdom of the Eldar. So he can do this once per turn. Draw a ring card, if available, from the player discard pile, if Faramir is in a haven and in the region named on the card. Okay, so that's what he can do. Then we have Gandalf. I love Gandalf. So he has Mithrandir. When Gandalf musters, you can add up to 2 troops to his location instead of the regular 1. That's one of the reasons why I like him, because he can get more friendly troops onto the board. Then he has Shadowfax. When Gandalf travels alone, he may move 2 locations away. He may not use special paths when he does this, so he can zip along quickly along the board, which is also very helpful, especially when doing objectives. Then finally we have Light and Flame. If Gandalf is present when a battle is rolled, you may spend a Valor, aka Swords, to change the same number of die to any results you want. So if I had 2 swords, I could change 2 die. Next up we have Galadriel. Never played with her before, but she seems like she's going to be very helpful, which makes sense because she is very, very powerful. Lady of Light. At any time, this is not an action you can use on any player's turn. While in a haven, you may spend 1 stealth to randomly draw 1 of the event cards that was not used during setup. So I have placed them over here. There's a bunch in here. So we're just going to put those right over there. This is very helpful. She's going to give us more events. We want to get lots of stealth. It's very important. Her special action, Mirror of Galadriel. Reveal up to 4 cards from the top of the player deck and return them to the top of the player deck in any order. Also very helpful when we're fishing for specific symbols, and if we keep getting something, we don't want that. Then we have Nenya. If Galadriel and at least 1 elven troop are present when a battle is rolled, you may re-roll up to 1 die. And my favorite, my personal favorite, I love Éowyn, just in general, but also in this game. So she has Shield Maiden of Rohan. When Éowyn musters in one of these Rohan locations, Rohan locations, she does not need to spend a heart to do it. No living man am I. Fun fact, if you've read the books, this is actually what she says in the book. Spoiler alert, when she does the stabby to the Witch King. In the movie, she says, I am no man. Both very impactful. Anyways, if Éowyn is present when a battle is rolled, remove 1 Nazgul in her region from the game for each one of these symbols. For each one of these results rolled. Do not lose 2 friendly troops. She's just going around killing Nazgul. My last game that I played with her, I was able to get 4 of them off the board, which is really, really helpful. So that's our team. That's our little fellowship. And of course, we have Frodo and Sam. This is just stating about the travel with Frodo and Sam. So we've already talked about that. They have Elrond's support. Once per turn, when Frodo prepares, if he is at a haven in the region named on the card, he can also gain 1 heart token from the supply. Sam's aid. Whenever a search is rolled, you may spend a heart to ignore the same number of these symbols and or these symbols. So to lose hope. Then, of course, we have put on the ring. Before a search is rolled, you may ignore all shadow troops present. If you do, lose 1 hope and shift the eye to Frodo's region. Don't put on the ring. Magic rings never lead to anything good, so I've been told. Those are our characters. Now let's have a look at our objectives. So the 3 objectives that we have to complete before we can destroy the 1 ring. First, we need to confront the Balrog, as one does. This is going to be happening up in the Misty Mountains, as it does, and we need to use Gandalf to do it, okay? So we can complete this if Gandalf spends an action in Moria, which is right up here, and roll 3 of these dice, the attack dice. Different things are going to happen depending on what we roll, so losing hope or no effect, very risky. Gandalf may ignore 1 die for each ring he spends and prevent the loss of 1 hope for each valor he spends. When completed, we will be removing Gandalf from the board, and the next time a Skies Darkened card is pulled, we will put him back out, and he is now Gandalf the White. And his special light and flame action is updated. You may spend 1 valor to change any number of die to the results that you want. That is very nice. Next we have Lay Bare the Pits. We need Galadriel for this one. Galadriel may do the capture action in Dol Guldur, right up here, if she spends 3 valor, so swords, or 2 ring and 1 valor. Complete if both of the following are true. Dol Guldur is a haven, and there are at least 3 elven troops there. So we have to convert this to a haven. When completed, if Galadriel is in Dol Guldur, gain 1 additional hope. This hope is in addition to the 2 gained when capturing. And I'm not sure if I mentioned that, but if you do convert a stronghold into a haven, you will gain 2 hope. Okay. Last but not least, we have Free Theoden's Mind. It's very important. This is all happening in Rohan. The Rohinian troops on this card, whoopsies, I will be putting 4 Rohinian troops on this card, may not be used until this objective is complete. You can complete if, as an action, a character in Edoras, which is right here, spends 2 heart and 1 ring, while at least 1 other character is present. When completed, we will put these troops back into the supply, and we'll add 2 Rohirrim troops to Edoras and gain 1 hope. So those are our 3 starting objectives that we need to complete, and then of course we have Destroy the 1 Ring. Sam and Frodo need to get to Mount Doom. They need to spend or have 5 ring cards. Okay, so as an action, Frodo spends 5 rings at Mount Doom and then survives a final search roll, adding 1 die for each missing hope. When completed, Sauron is defeated and everyone wins the game. I have never done that, but one can dream. Okay, I think that's everything that we need to know before we get started. There's a lot going on, and it is hard to win, but when we get going, you're gonna see it's not very complicated to actually play. Faramir is up first. He is our leftmost character. Now we have 1 heart, 2 stealth, 1 ring. He is in Gondor. We have no Gondor cards, but let's just have a look here and see what we can do. So we really want Faramir to be with Sam and Frodo when they're coming through here. That's something really important. He's also very good for attacks, which is also great. And we would like to do, before we get to Frodo and Sam, I would like to do at least 1 attack so that we can get the eye away from Frodo and Sam. First things first, I don't want to use this heart for a travel. I do want to do an attack. So he is 1, 2, 3, 4. He's 4 away from these guys. He's 1, 2, and a stealth away from these guys. We don't really want to be giving up our stealth that easily. Maybe he should come up here. I think he's going to come up here. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are his 4 actions. I'm bringing him up here to start to help to clean some of this out because we've got a lot of troops hanging around up here and there's a lot of havens up there and we don't know what's going to happen. So I don't want nothing to happen. You know what I mean? All right. That's it. That's his 4 actions. Then we do Frodo and Sam. Now, Frodo and Sam, they have to move. They can't just be standing there. So we are going to move them and we are going to spend one of our stealths because he moved and I don't want to do a search. The eye is still there, which kind of sucks. But, maybe I should have gone here to get the eye away, but I didn't. These are bad. I'm going to be making bad decisions this entire game. All right, so we got 4 and 1. Frodo was not preparing. No. So let's just do that. Oh, no, wait, I've lied. Instead, what I might do is I might prepare. I will discard, because we're in the right location, I'm going to discard the stealth to gain a token, which is going to give us more space for more cards, and that's what I'll do with him. Okay, step 2, we draw 2 cards. We do draw them at the same time. Okay, so we get another heart and another stealth. Now we are going to go over to our shadow cards. Here we go. All right, so we have troops coming from Moria to Minas Tirith through the yellow line. So Moria's up here. So we're coming all the way down here, and it's easiest to kind of go this way. They're gonna go here, and they're gonna come here. Okay, not too bad. So that's 1, and we have to do 2. Okay, we're marching again. We're marching from Isengard to Helm's Deep through the brown line. All right, so I'm just realizing that I should have brought a troop with me when I went up here, because if my whole thing was to attack, but it's actually fine because now knowing that this is happening, all of these troops are going to be moving here. But no attack is going to happen because I have no friendly troops. They're just chilling with me. You know, we're hanging out. That's it. Those are the 2 cards, and now it's going to be Gandalf's turn. So Gandalf, we want to use in the Misty. We want him to go to the Misty Mountains. So he's got a boot, scoot, and boogie, but I'm just wondering if he should go get Frodo and Sam. I think he should, because he can do this for 1, because if he's traveling on his own, he can do 2. So that's going to be 1, 2, with a stealth. Thinking I'm going to bring them here for a stealth. Still have 1 more stealth. Where is he going again? He's going to the Misty Mountains. So it would be helpful to get him over here. So let's go 1 more. So he's moved 1. He's moved 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be his final action. And shoot. Should I just use this or should I roll a search? I'm just going to roll a search because there's only 1 Nazgul. Famous last words. Perfect. Nothing happened. So we'll save this. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. He needs to get over to the Misty Mountains. Frodo and Sam need to get down. We'll figure it out. So that was his 4. Okay, and then Frodo and Sam are going to do something probably dumb, knowing them. Where are they? I could move them, but then they're going to have to... Actually, yeah, I'm going to get them to move here. And there's 2 troops there, but I am going to spend my stealth so they don't have to roll a search. That's it. We'll draw 2. Perfect. 1, 2. Ooh, we got lots of hearts. We got lots of hearts, which means we should probably muster eventually. Oopsies, you were there. Okay, now we'll do shadow cards. All right, so we are going to add a shadow troop to Dunland, which is where we are. Great. And then we are going to deploy 3 Nazgul from Mordor to the Eye. Whee. 2, 3. Okay, they're all hanging out up there. And then 1 more. We are marching from Moria to Rivendell with green. Okay, so green. Moria. Perfect. Nobody's moving. That's awesome. All right, so that's our 2. So far, so good. All right, so now it's Galadriel's turn. She also has stuff she's got to do. We really need swords. So we need to get her here, which is no big task because it's literally 1 away. So that's pretty good. She needs to, however, have 3 elven troops. We need to move in here. Yeah, let's do some stuff here. So let's muster. We're going to muster with 1 heart. Where are we again? She's in the Misty Mountains, but none of these were in the Misty Mountains, right? Yeah, okay. So she's going to muster once, and we'll do it again. We'll muster twice. So that's 2 actions. I don't want to, I'm going to muster again, which you're probably like, why would you do that? We can't just be leaving a haven unarmed. So that's 3 actions. We will move her here with 3 troops for 4 actions. We do have an anytime. While in a haven, you may spend randomly. Oh. Okay, before we do that, no, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to be playing this game offensively, not defensively, which is stupid, but I'm going to do it anyway. While in a haven, you may spend 1 stealth to randomly draw 1 of the event cards that was not used during setup, which I think is very helpful. We got Lemnis bread, Lembus. The current player may do 2 more actions with 1 of their characters during the do action step. That's pretty good. All right, so let's just think. We've mustered 3. That was not an action. We've mustered 3. I could move. So I could reveal up to 4 cards from the top of the player deck. I could do that, but I think I am just going to use my last action to move. Now I'm going to bring 3 elves with me. Now, in order for me to complete this, I either need 3 swords or 1 sword and 2 rings. And hope that no shadow folks move in to there. All right, Frodo and Sam, they can't move anywhere without having to do a search. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. I'm actually going to get them to move here. So they don't have to use a stealth or a search because there's no Nazgul in the area and there's no shadow troops in their path. So I'm sure at this point I've already popped it up on the screen if I did something wrong, but I can't remember if when I prepared, if I used a card from that area. I don't remember. I have one. Oh, yes, I did. Okay, so just going back, when I prepared with Frodo and Sam back in the first turn, I played this card and I was able to get that token, but their special thing is when Frodo prepares, if he's in a haven in the region that is named, I also gain 1 heart. Okay, I did do it right, but I just forgot to take my heart. I have it now. All good. Okay, so that was them. Now we are going to draw 2 cards. Perfect. A sword and a heart. Alrighty. Then, I know we're probably going to have a Skies Darken come up soon. Let's do this. Oh my gosh, we're marching again. So we're going from Rune to the Woodland Realm with up there and here through pink. So these are the only ones that are moving. All right, we're adding a troop to Isengard. Shift the eye to Frodo's region. If it's already there, roll a search. This is why we never want the eye to be in his region, so we don't have to roll a search. So we're just shifting it here. Spotted us. Yikes. Eowyn, your turn. So Eowyn can be working on this card. So we need 2 hearts and a ring. Okay. Complete if, as an action, a character in Edoras spends 2 hearts and a ring, while at least one other character is present. We can do this because we also have this event. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. I will use this to be able to do 2 more actions. The current player may do 2 more actions with one of their characters during the do actions this turn. Let's use that right now to spend 2 hearts and 1 ring in order to complete this because I have another character with me. All right, put the troops on this card into the supply, add up to 2 to Edoras, which is where we are. We'll put these back here. And then we gain 1 hope. Perfect. So this has been completed. That was fast. Nice. My goodness. All right, so that was all 6 of her actions. Did I do 2? I did 1, 2, 3, 4 movement. I did that. So I actually have 1 action left. And I think, I wish I could attack somebody. That's what I wish. I think I might go here just so I'm there. And I'm closer to Frodo and Sam if they need me. Pretty good. Pretty darn good. All right, we'll leave that. So Frodo and Sam. And sometimes you might just be like, no, I'm not taking an action. And I am wondering if this is one of those times. Because if they move here, we're rolling 4 search. If they move here, they're only rolling 1. And we want to get them away from the eye. I think we have to move here. So there's 1 Nazgul in Gondor, so we will roll 1 search. Oof. All right, we lose 1 hope. That was them. We draw 2 cards. We have a ring and Sky's Dark. I knew that was coming. So because we're playing on standard, there's like 5 stacks of cards, and then one of these cards get put in each of those 5 stacks, and then they're each shuffled up, if you're curious about how that works. All right, Shadow Grows. We are going to increase threat by 1, but we're still going to be drawing 2 of these cards. I see you. If the eye is in Frodo's region, lose 2 hope. Luckily I moved. Otherwise, move the eye there. Under cover of darkness, add 3 shadow troops to Mount Doom. Got it. Danger intensifies. Shuffle the shadow discard pile, place it back on top. So this is something, we've seen all of these cards. Well, actually not really. I saw them during setup, but like you're pretty much never getting down through this entire stack. So you can kind of start predicting a little bit of where troops are going to be moving and that kind of thing. So we are back to Faramir. Now, do we want Faramir to go? Oh man, I don't have any stealth. Oh, however, he is in Rohan. Oh, I have the Rohan ring already. That sucks. If he wasn't, so we have Mirkwood. Oh, we only have 1 other ring in here. Dang. Dang. Okay. Is there anything he can help with? He can't help with either of these things. So I think what we want to do is we want to have a little fight. Why not? So I'm going to move him 1, 2, 3 up to Isengard, where he stands a better chance. Actually, no. Let's move him here. So that's 1, 2. We're going to go here. And I'm going to get him to attack. So he spent 2. We are attacking. We have 2 troops with us. I really wish that there was a Nazgul in the area. I'm moving the eye here. Let's see what happens. Okay, so one of ours is going to die and one of theirs is going to die because we're not, if we were here, ours wouldn't die. I could attack again. Should I just attack again? I might. I think I will. Okay, let's just do it. So I can only roll one and boom, boom. So one of theirs is gone. One of ours is gone. So that's his fourth. All right, so now it's Frodo and Sam. Ugh. I don't know that I want to do anything. Well, actually, I'm thinking, obviously. I could move them here and do one search. I'm gonna do that. I don't have a freaking cape. Can't prepare. We don't have any hearts. We can't muster. It's pretty much all that we can do. So let's just do that and we'll do one search. Be nothing. Okay. So this one, if Nazgul are present, recall one to Mordor. Whee! Back to Mordor he goes. So that's us. Let's do 2 cards. We have a heart. Ooh, and an event. Select any one symbol token from the supply and give it to any player. We will just hold on to this for now, I think, but that's going to be very helpful. Oh boy, oh boy. So I still have to pull 2. So 1 troop into Moria. Shift the eye to Frodo's region. Okay, and then we're marching from Umbar to Helm's Deep through Purple. So, whoop, we are going to have an attack here. So they're going to roll 2. Hopefully they just die off. They did, but so did we. That's fine though. Oopsies, dang it. I need longer arms. Okay, I think that's the only movement. We're going to keep going. Yeah, that was the only one. Phew. Okay, so those were our 2 cards. Now it is Gandalf's turn. Gandalf, you, sir, need to get into them Misty Mountains, don't ya? So Gandalf, he needs to get into the Misty Mountains, which I think I'm going to put him there. I'm just trying to see which path. These freaking Nazgul are in my way. They're both special paths. I guess I'll go through here. Let's just go into Moria and spend this heart. Then he is going to spend 1 action to do this. Let's get crazy with it. So he's going to spend an action. This is his second action. Gandalf spends an action in Moria to roll 3 dice. These are all going to do different things. Let's hope this is what we want. Perfect. Not so perfect. Okay. So, this is what we have. This is no effect. This is lose 1 hope, and this is lose 3 hope. We don't want that. For each ring, prevent the loss of 1 hope. Ignore 1 die for each ring. So we are going to do that. We are going to ignore this. So we're just going to lose 1 hope. So just so you know, I spent a ring. Gandalf may ignore 1 die for each ring he spends to prevent hope by 1 sword. I need those swords. So I'm just going to lose 1 hope. Now this has been completed. Oopsies. Okay, when completed, remove Gandalf. Come on, buddy. He's going to go back onto his card. He's not going to come out until the next Skies Darken card comes out. When that happens, we are putting him into Lorien, which is right here. We will gain 2 hope, and he is now Gandalf the White. So let's do this. Hee we love that. I should have done more actions before I did that, but I didn't, which was silly. I should have attacked, but I didn't. It's fine. Okay, so Frodo and Sam, they're up. Oh, let's move them. I'm wondering where they should move, because they can kind of move freely because there's no Nazgul and there's no troops. I kind of want to move them here because they got to get over here. These guys got to come down and help at some point. So he's moved. We didn't have to roll a search because there's no Nazgul, no troops. Let us draw our cards. Nice. I need one more sword. Shoot. Oh, I need one more sword. Let's just do this. We'll get a sword because Galadriel's turn is going to be next, and we love that. Beautiful. All right, shadow cards. One troop into Nirn, which is up here. Shift the eye to Frodo's region. If this is actually not bad, if it's already there, roll a search. Nothing to search. There's no Nazgul, there's no troops. So, oh, that was just one card. We're moving from Isengard to Grey Havens. Grey Havens is over here, and we're going through pink. So we actually have a few. All right, so Grey Havens. So let's just follow this way. It's all through pink. Okay, so these guys are moving here. We will do an attack. All right, they've killed both of themselves and one of ours. You're there. Love when that happens. And then this one's going to come here, but nothing will happen. That wasn't too bad. It's Galadriel's turn. All right, so we are going to do this. Galadriel may do the capture action in Dol Guldur if she spends 3 swords or 2 rings and 1 sword. We can complete if both of the following are true. Dol Guldur is a haven. So we're about to do that. So this is one action to turn this into a haven because there's no troops there. Okay, so it is a haven. There are at least 3 elven troops there, which there are. So we did that. If Galadriel is in Dol Guldur, gain 1 additional hope. This hope is in addition to 2 gained when capturing. So we will gain 1, 2, 3. Very hopeful, and we've completed, where the heck did that other, oh yeah, it's under here. I'm like, what? We've completed all 3 of our objectives, so now all we have to do is go to Mount Doom. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So let's do her special action. We'll reveal 4 cards from the top of the player deck and return them in any order. I could do up to 4. Let's do that. And I can do them in any order. So, what will I need? I need rings. I need these. So let's do, hearts are important to muster, so I might do this. I have a heart, so maybe I'll do this. So I'm putting them back, ring, stealth, valor, heart. The heart has, what's it called? What are you called? Friendship. Friendship, valor, stealth, and resistance. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, that was 2. We need to move her. So let's move her and 1 troop. 1, 2. We're gonna try to get her down here as well. Now, Frodo and Sam can go. I would really like them actually to go here. We don't have to do a stealth. We don't have to do a search. I'm going to try and take some of these bubbies with me. We need all the help we can get. Okay? That's it. Let's draw 2. I already know what these are, don't I? Because I rearranged them. All right? Here we go. We're going to put 1 in Dunland, which is up here. Shift the eye to Frodo's region. Roll a search once again. No search. No Nazgul, no troops. 1 in Isengard. Same thing. Shift the eye to Frodo's region. If it's already there, roll a search. No search. Whew. Okay, let's move these. Now, I moved Gandalf instead of that silly goose. All right, it's Eowyn's turn. And I do think to start, we want to muster. She may muster without a heart. I'm wondering if we should do that again. So that's 2. I could go up here and fight to get the eye away, but it's really not an issue right now. I might muster again because it's just so cheap. 3. And then I'm going to move. And I will move all but 1 troop with me. We'll move here. So that's 4. It's helpful to fight with her where the Nazgul are. The Nazgul have not been moving a lot, which is crazy. But that's all here in these cards. All right. Frodo and Sam. I'm going to get them to come here. Everyone's going to have to meet up like here. They were here. They don't have any cards that they could have done. Yeah, I think that's basically, they could have mustered, actually. Maybe we should just do a heckin' lot of mustard. All right, here we go. I think that was the right call. Draw 2 cards. Skies Darken's got to be coming up. So, but we'll be prepared for that. I'm not even worried. Are you? Maybe we should be. All right, 1 up to Moria. There they go. Deploy 3 Nazgul from Mordor to the Eye. 1, 2. Now there's only 2, so we're going to pull from the largest group, which is of course up here. So now we have 3 Nazgul, so we can't move so freely. Dang. If the Eye is in Mordor, recall 3 to Mordor instead, but it is not. Oops. We do this. Hacha. Ooh, okay, it's the first time this one's come up. The Wheels of Saruman. We get to choose one. We can break an oath, remove 2 friendly troops from anywhere on the board. You're not supposed to be there. Okay. Doubt. A single player must discard a total of 2 player cards. Or despair, lose 1 hope. I'm going to remove 2 friendly troops. And I'm going to remove 1 from the Iron Hills and 1 from Arid Loon. So the dwarves, listen, the dwarves are off doing their own thing, as they were during many of the battles, minus Gimli. So let them go. All right, so that was that. Now we're back to Faramir. And we want to get Faramir to come start helping because we're going to need him over here. Okay, but I'm going to do this. Once per turn, as an action, he can draw a ring card from the discard pile if he's in a haven. Hold, please. So that's 1 action. There is the so it has to be in the matching region. So that's Rohan. Remember, we need 5 ring cards. So that was important. So that was 2 actions. And I'm going to get him to prepare. So we're going to get rid of this card in order to draw a ring, which gives us more hand space. He did that. I might actually not do that. I might do this, and I'm going to explain why. I need to move the eye. So now I have 2 actions left. We're going to go 1. He's going to bring a troop with him, and we'll attack for the other one to bring the eye over here. There's no Nazgul present, so nothing happens, but the eye will move. Yeah, we're going to need that to happen because if he has to roll a search, now he's rolling 3, and we don't love that for us. So, Frodo and Sam. Frodies and Samsies. Okay, they will prepare. We'll get rid of this to grab a heart token. Once per turn when Frodo prepares, if he is at a haven in the region named on the card, gain another heart token. Love it. Beauty. And just as a reminder, we haven't done this yet, but I can use heart tokens to reroll search die if needed as well. So that's everything. 1, 2. Oh my gosh, we didn't. It's got to be like the next card. It has to be one of the next cards anyways. We're moving from Isengard to Rivendell through green. So it's up here. Zip. Whoop. Wrong. Boop. Boop. So these ones are moving here. They're moving here, and he's moving here, and doing a fight where he has killed himself. And our troop. Beautiful. Love it. Okay, so that was just the first card. All right, we are adding one to Moria. Deploy 3 Nazgul from Mordor to the Eye. Oh, this is great. So, nobody, but we're going to pull from up here, and they're going to the Eye, which is where Éowyn is. You'll love to see it. Hopefully we can kill some over here. That's her, like, special thing. Alrighty, but there's no troops there to fight. Yuck. Okay, but we have some time until it's her turn anyway. That's it. Skip Gandalf. He's gonna come out, remember, when that he's gonna come out when that Sky's Darkened card comes. So we're back to Galadriel. And she is gonna try and get down here. Anytime while in a haven, she's not in a haven. Right, so we're gonna move. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. She's in a haven, which is helpful for her special thing. Sam and Frodo, what in the heck are you guys gonna do? Nothing much, eh? They could muster, which we have 2 hearts. I think that's what they're gonna have to do. We'll get rid of a heart to do a muster and hope that that is going to be helpful. We're gonna try to get them here. We're going to try to get other people here too. And Gandalf's going to have to come out at some point. Come out to play. All right, we'll draw 2. 1, 2. So we've got more than 7. So we have 4 rings. We need to keep those. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we need to get rid of a sword. And I always get rid of the ones that are like the furthest away where nobody is. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. Still no Sky's Darkened, still no Gandalf. Hello? We need you. Like, come on. Let's do this. We're moving Moria to Minas Tirith through yellow. All right, let's go. Bop, bop, bop. Bop, boop. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Shoot. All right. They're probably going to turn that into a stronghold. So they're rolling 3. All right, so we're dead. 3 of theirs are dead. 1 remains. That sucks. Okay, so this is going to come off. Crap. And we're going to lose 3 hope. Luckily, we were at the top. That could have been devastating. Correction, that was devastating. And we're not even done because we haven't even gotten to Moria yet. Where are we? Yellow? All right, you're just going to move here. Okay. That was the first one. Oh my god, we're marching again. Dunland to Helm's Deep through yellow. What? Brown. Okay, I was like, what? All right, Helm's Deep is here, so it's just going to be this. That's not so bad. Those marching ones, they're both brutal. They're both brutal. Éowyn, I really wish that troop had gone 1 more. I really want to kill those things. Berg. I guess I can muster for 1. And there's no troops to fight down here either. Don't have any Rohan cards. I do. All right, so that's, I'm going to go here for 2. I will prepare with the Rohan card for 3 so I can get a ring. And then I guess I might muster again for 4. Just try and get lots of troops out on the board. And then Sam and Frodo, I need to move them. We'll move them here. And I will get rid of that. Yeah, I'll get rid of that one. Okay, so I've paid the self so I don't have to do the search. All right, let's draw. There it is. 3, 4, 5, 6. Skies darken. So threat's going to go up by 1. So now we're going to be drawing 3 of these shadow cards. I see you. The eye will move to Frodo's region. If it was already there, lose 2 hope. Luckily it wasn't. We are going to add 3 shadow troops to North Ithilien, which is, my guess is up north. Can I find it without looking at the card? No. Oof, it's right there. That's no good. And then we are going to, oops, get rid of this. Shuffle these and put them back on top. So close. We have 4 of 5 rings. We need more capes. Stealth. Gandalf is coming out and he is coming up here. And now he's Gandalf the White. He's so much stronger. And he can move pretty fast. So we're going to have to scoot him down. Wow. Okay, now we have to do this. We're pulling 3. +1 to Moria. And deploy 3 Nazgul to the eye. Oh. Number 2, we're marching from Moria to Minas Tirith on yellow. They're coming here, 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 here. Okay. 1 more. Add 1 to Moria. Shift the eye to Frodo's region. If it's already there, roll a search. Oh. It's not good. It's no bueno because there's 3, 6. That's a lot. That's almost all of them. Now I can use rings to re-roll, and I can use a heart to ignore. I only have 1 heart, but I can use a heart to ignore one of the hope symbols. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, all right. Last one. Be a nothing. It's not a nothing. All right. If Nazgul are present, we'll do these ones first. If Nazgul are present, recall 1 to Mordor. So we rolled 2 of those. We rolled a nothing, which is great. And then, unfortunately, if we had just stayed here, these would mean nothing. But we lose 3 hope. I will spend a heart to only lose 2. That was not good. Not good. Not good. All right, so that was all 3. Yuck. Boy, that escalated quickly. Remember when I was like, this is great. Okie dokie. We're back to Faramir. And we need him to come help. So he's going to go 1. We're going to grab Eowyn. We're going to grab all of these. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We're very strong in here. I really wish I could move 1 more. I wish. Okay, that's him. Sam and Frodo are moving over here because they don't need to do a search because there's no Nazgul, no troops. And then at least this is away from them. Brutal. B-R-U-T-A-L. Brutal. Okay. All right, let's draw 2 cards. 1, 2. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, sorry, we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7. And we will need this stuff. We need our stuff. That's fine. Let's do this again. 3. Isengard to Grey Havens, which is all the heckin' way up there through pink. So we have to go, whoop. This is a long path. All right, so these guys are moving. Probably gonna kill off a bunch of my people. So, one of them is dead, one of us is dead, and there's no Nazgul, so the other two don't die. Wow, I just biffed that guy. Come on back, buddy. So that was one. Oh wait, I'm not done the path. Where are we? Pink. Going all the way to Isengard. Okay, so that was, oh my god, it's only one card. Nirn to Helm's Deep. Through purple. That's not gonna be good. Oh, boop. Wait. Okay, so we gotta roll. Where are they? 2. Okay, so 2 of theirs, 1 of ours. Could have been worse. That was here. Where are we going? Purple? We have to go through there. Not great. And one more. Put 1 in Dunland. Deploy 3 Nazgul from Mordor to the Eye. Come back here. And biggest group. I can choose whichever. Sure, we'll do this one. Perfect. That's all 3. This is not good. Gandalf, can you please do something? This area is not a safe space. Okay, so it's Gandalf's turn. We don't have any hearts, so he can't muster. He can travel to, where is he? Nobody's come there. I haven't seen this area pop up, but I think I need to leave somebody there. So he can travel 2. He'll go 1. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. This is probably the worst idea I've ever had. They're all in the same spot. But it's fine, because we're all in this together. I wish that there was a freaking troop in there that I could kill. Frodo and Sam. I'm going to move them in here. Because I do have 2 of these. And I don't need to spend a stealth or anything because there's no Nazgul and there's nothing. So everybody else needs to get on my level. Come to me. Please. I still need 1 more ring though. All right, but that's everything. So let's go 1, 2. All right, I have my 5 rings. Oh, I have my 5 rings. Let's just see what happens here though. Isengard. Shift the eye to Frodo's region. If it's already there, roll a search, but it wasn't. Umbar. Move 2 Nazgul closer to Frodo. 1, 2. Oh, okay. The Wheels of Saruman. Choose one of the following. I am definitely going to be getting rid of 2 troops. I'm going to get rid of this one. This is so stupid. And one of these guys. I have so many troops out there. Maybe I should get rid of another one of these. Whatever. All right, so that was all 3. I feel very close and yet I'm so scared. Okay, it's Galadriel's turn. So she needs to get over to Sam and Frodo, and she can bring literally everyone with her. Let's freaking do it, I think. So she can go 1, 2. I'm still gonna need so many more. I need 3 more of these. So we're in Gondor. I don't have any Gondor cards, which sucks. Okay, but let's, first of all, whoa, everybody, chill. She's like at the literal bottom. We are gonna go 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're taking almost everybody with us. Let's leave behind 2 of these guys. So they're coming. Just bear with me a second. I wonder if I should have stopped and fought. Yep, we're going to stop and fight. Okay, we're rolling it back. 2 of these fellows were here. All right, so we were here. We're going to go here for 1. I need to hold these because they're coming with. They're coming with, okay? So all of these I am bringing, so just pretend they're all here in this space. And there are 2 Nazgul. So just as a reminder, when Éowyn is present, if we roll the Nazgul, we can kill Nazgul. When Faramir, does he have anything special? No, but Gandalf does. If Gandalf is present, we don't have any swords, so that's not very helpful. If Galadriel and at least 1 elven troop are present, we can re-roll up to 1 attack die. Okay, so we are going to attack. We will roll 3. We've got lots to spare. 1, 2, 3. Drats. I would like, actually, to re-roll this one. I can re-roll because I have at least 1 elven. Nazgul, I've never wanted you to be present, but I do now. This is the best day. Best day ever, some might say. Okay, so both of these guys are dead. 1 of our guys is dead. I will get rid of 1 of the brown ones, I think. I get to kill off a Nazgul completely. They're just gone because we rolled this and Éowyn was present. And that means that 2 friendly troops don't die. Okay, so let's just think. That was 1, 2. We're going to go 3, 4. We're bringing all of these with us. And I do have 2 of these, but when Faramir does a travel action, okay, no, so we can't use those for him. We've moved all of our friends. This is a true fellowship, you guys. This is great. Okay. Holy Toledo. That was her, all of her actions. What can Sam and... They can't really do much of anything right now. They can't really do much of anything. I don't even think they're going to do anything. So we're not going to do anything. How about that? Let's draw our 2 cards. 1. Sky Target. Increased threat rate by 1, but we're still on 3. I see you. Oh no. If the eye is in Frodo's region, lose 2 hope. Oh my god. This is what happens to me every time. I'm so close and there's no way. Under cover of darkness, add 3 to South Ithilien, which is right here. And then, get rid of that. Shuffle these. All right, 3, 1, Moria. Move 2 Nazgul closer to Frodo. So we could do 1, 2, 2, Isengard. Okay. Deploy 3 from Mordor to the Eye, but they're already there. So the Eyes of Mordor, recall 3. Oopsies. This one died. Oh my god, they're all falling down. Silly Nazgul. Quit messing around. All right, there we go. Three. Top. Umbar to Helm's Deep through Purple. Top. Top. Okay. I need hope. I just need a little hope. This is why Merry and Pippin are really good, because they generate hearts and then they can spend hearts for hope. Éowyn. It's her turn. And we're about to wreak some havoc, I think, is what's going to happen. So, Éowyn. Let's get a little crazy. Is this? Oh shoot, it is. They're both special paths. I don't have any cloaks, so I can't really travel very easily. My thought was to go here and make her fight. But, ooh, I could do that. I could take Faramir. No, when Faramir does a travel action. Not when he's with you. Urgh. Nobody help. Somebody help. Okay. I'd really like her to fight, but I can't get her out of where she is because every path is a special path. So I'm wondering. I can't even move Frodo right now. Can't muster. Can't attack. Can't move. I could move up here, but I'd have to leave Frodo behind, which isn't great. To get out of Mordor, you need stealth. I'm not stealthy. Gosh. Okay. So she's not doing anything. Kidoki. And Frodo and Sam also can't do anything. There's no way. There's not a chance that I win this. Let's just draw our 2 cards. We have a heart and an event. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Move any number of characters to Rivendell. You may not bring troops with you. Do not... Oh, is that helpful? You may not bring troops with you. Do not roll a search. One player with a character in Rivendell may then pass 1 symbol token to another player. But a solo game, you can prepare 1 card there for free instead. I don't have any cards that I could prepare there. I'm wondering if I should move Éowyn there. I have to get rid of a card regardless. So I'm just wondering if I should move her there so that she can at least maybe attack. There's a troop up there. Is that crazy? Because all the Nazgul are down here. But at least she can keep drawing the eye away, possibly. Oh, that sucks. Actually, she's not... Who's going next? Faramir is going next. But he's helpful for travel. Yeah, no. I'm just going to get rid of it because I have to get rid of a card. Not helpful. Not helpful. God, there's no chance I survive. All right, here we go. Nirn to Helm's Deep. Through purple. So we're rolling. Where the heck? Here they are. All right, I need them to not overtake this because it would be an instant loss. We missed, but that's fine. Okay. So 2 of them are dead. Oh my God. Okay, that's fine. We've got 3 of them dead, 2 of us dead. Nobody lives. A very bloody battle, which is fine. All right, so where were we? Helm's Deep. We're going on purple. Ooh, this could be interesting. They're coming in here. We're all in here. So they have 5. We have lots of troops. But if we roll any of the Nazgul, we'll be able to kill some. There is at least 1 Elven. So we could re-roll if needed. We do have a sword. We have a sword and Gandalf is there. If Gandalf is present when a battle is rolled, you may spend swords to change the same number of die results as you want. So I could do that once. So let's just see what we got. Okay. I am going to spend this sword to change this into the Nazgul symbol because that will let us kill a Nazgul. And it will also let us kill 2 of their troops. And ours won't go because of Éowyn. Unfortunately. I mean, the eye doesn't move during that anyway. All right, so that's it. That was 1 card of 3. 1 to Dunland. Deploy 3 from Mordor to the eye. Otherwise, we recall 3. Perfect. Everybody in Mordor. Yuck. It's just that it's not great. You know, it's just that it's not great. We still have 1 more. Ooh, kidoki. Here we go. Remove any 2 friendly troops from the board. A single player must discard total of 2 cards or lose 1 hope. We definitely don't want to do that. I think we are going to be getting rid of 2. Call me crazy, but I'm doing it. Okay, that was 3. All right, Faramir. Here's the thing. There's so many Nazgul. I can travel and I can ignore this because we don't have any of these, but we'd have to roll a search if we took Frodo with us. When Faramir does travel action with at least 1 friendly, you may do a bonus. When travel, spend 1 of your symbol. Once per turn, draw a card if available. If Faramir is in a haven, which he's not. Okay, so I think we need to do an attack to try and get rid of some more Nazgul because Eowyn is there. We have a bunch, so I say we just do 3 and hope for the best. We have a bunch of people. 1, 2, 3. That's perfect. All right, so 1 of these is dead. 2 of them is dead, and 1 of us is dead. We'll go for a blue because I don't think we really need them. So that was 1 attack. I'm probably just going to keep attacking, honestly. I'm going to attack again for sure. We're going to roll all 3. Nice. Okay, so dead, and 1 of these is gone. So we're down to 5. Can't attack again. I might be doing something very crazy. And by I might be, I mean I'm doing something very crazy. I am going to travel here. Okay. So because I traveled with Faramir, we can ignore that symbol. But we've traveled with Frodo, and I don't have another one of those. So I have to roll a search, but we have 2 hearts to possibly change some stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is so stupid. 1, 2. Give me more of those. 3. Give me more of those. Damn it. 4. This cannot be a despair. Okay, it can't be a tree. Give me a... Okay, what does that one do again? If Nazgul are present, recall 1 to Mordor. They're not. We can't recall any more. So I'll spend these to do that, because it's like you can... what is it? You may spend heart to ignore the same number of that. So... Here we are. Here we are. All right. So he did attack, attack, move. Frodo and Sam can't do anything. We need to get into here. We're just not. We can't do this. There's no way. All right. We needed that. We didn't need that. I have so many rings. I guess that's good. That's fine for a reroll. Okay. What? Spend 5 rings and then survive a final search. That's all I need to do. I've got enough stealth. No, I don't have enough stealth to get there. Because I would need 3 because of freaking Frodo and Sam. Okay, we'll just see. +1 to Moria. Shift the eye. If it's already there, roll a search. This is where we die. Where did all the rest of them go? Okay, so there's 5. All I need to do is roll one of these and we die immediately. That was insane. Okay, I'm literally not gonna say anything. Isengard to Helm's Deep through Brown. Okay. Moria. Man, they love going to Moria. Don't you, Moria? Deploy 3 from to the eye. If the eye is there, recall 3. They're all there. There's like nothing that I can do though, you know? That's not true. Whose turn is it? Gandalf. What can you do, Gandalf? Well, Gandalf can move to, we can move through that path. We could move through that path. Let's do it. All right, we're all coming up here to Barad-dûr, where this is. We didn't need a stealth to get there. Just one to move Frody's. Really wish I had another stealth. I'm gonna tell you that much. So that's 1. He can attack. Let's do it. And we'll roll 3 because Éowyn's with us. Gosh, darn it. I really wanted one of the Nazgul dice. I don't have any swords, but I do have a reroll. We should keep the 1 ring. You know what I mean? Let's get rid of this one. Let's get rid of this one. I'm going to reroll this. Okay, so I killed both of them, and then we need to kill one of ours. Let's get rid of this guy. So that's that. That's 2. He moved, he attacked. I didn't have any swords to do anything else. He can't muster. Can't capture. Could travel, but that feels stupidly risky because I'd have to roll 5 search dice again, and that last time I think was just a fluke. How the heck do I gain hope? I need a card that makes me gain hope. How many did he do? I'm just thinking about something. He moved. We were here. So move, attack. Gandalf himself can move and attack with Éowyn. So move. Bring in. Ooh, actually, let's also bring in her. Okay. So I don't know what I was thinking. I don't have to bring him with me. So I moved, I attacked, I moved, and I'm going to attack again. And I could have re-rolled 1 without spending something, but it's fine. All right, so we're going to attack 1 more, and I'm using all 3 because Éowyn's with me. That's actually, I'm just going to keep that, I think, because that gets rid of all of them. So it's less, I'll re-roll 1. Yeah. Okay. So I'm actually getting rid of 2 of them, 1 of us, and a Nazgul, which is helpful, I think. All right, so now that's all 4 of his actions. Frodo and Sam aren't going to do anything. Let's draw. Helpful. An event. Do one of the following. Gain 1 hope or re-roll up to 3 dice from a single roll. I think hope is, oh, let's just do that right away. Okay, now we do this. And then it's gonna be Galadriel's turn. All right, here we go. Please don't let me die right now. Isengard. Move 2 closer to Frodo. They're all there. 2. Moria to Rivendell through green. All right, where are we? Where's Moria? So they're gonna go here, you're gonna go here. Oh wait, my bad. They're gonna go here, they're gonna go here. Oh my god, I'm like messing everything up. All right, number 3, Rune to the Woodland Realm through pink. Okay, I'm feeling really nervous because I think I might be able to actually, I don't know if I could do this. I still have to get through the search. And I don't have any hearts for re-rolls. I do have 1. I don't even have any extra rings. Okay. Galadriel. All right, so she's gonna go 1, 2, bring everybody here. We'll spend this to move Frodo and Sam. We are now in Mount Doom. As an action, Frodo. So Frodo has to do this. So is there anything else I can do to help prep? I don't think so. We don't have a stealth. We don't have anything like that. I wish. I really wish that I could get one of the event cards. We just have to see if this works. So Galadriel's turn is done. Frodo and Sam, as their action, we are going to try and destroy the 1 ring. Very nervous. As an action, Frodo spends 5. 5, and I do have the 1 ring. Not that you need it, but I do have it. And survives a final search roll, adding 1 die for each missing hope. Oh, shoot. So he's at 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need to roll all 7 and survive this. I can only get 2. There's just no way. I can only get 2. No, 1. I can only lose 1 hope. There it is. All of these have to be blank or these. Nope, but we'll just keep going. I like to do these one at a time because it's more exciting. If I had any heart tokens, we would have been fine. Do any of these guys let me do anything? This is not a battle. Dead. We're so freaking close. So, we lost. Complete and utter despair. The entire fellowship was with me, though. So at least there's that. I don't know what I would have done differently. So the characters-wise, I actually think this was a really good group of characters. They were all very helpful, except Gandalf wasn't as helpful because I didn't have any swords. If I had swords, I could have like changed things. If I had more hearts, I could have changed these. But overall, that was a pretty successful play, but I am still forever losing this game. But it's fine, right? It's fine. Yeah, if you like co-op games, if you like solo games, if you love Lord of the Rings, this is an incredibly like thematic game for Lord of the Rings. I am a huge fan. I have seen all of the movies a billion times. I am currently reading the books. And actually recently we watched all of the Rings of Power, then we watched all of the Hobbit movies, then we watched all of the Lord of the Ring movies, and then now I am reading through the books. I've read The Hobbit, done all that good stuff. So it's just like, it really immerses you into the world, and it's incredibly thematic. So if you're looking for thematic, also I will mention, I'm not the biggest fan of Pandemic, but I have played this co-op and I didn't feel like there were any like quarterbacking issues, and when you're playing by yourself, that's not an issue anyway. The production is amazing. It's great. I love it. I highly recommend you try it. And the BGG team has a game night video if you're looking to see how the co-op plays. I'm sure that you've already seen it, but if you haven't, you should watch it. But that, my friends, is The Lord of the Rings, Fate of the Fellowship from Z-Man Games. I'm going to have a link to the BGG page in the description below if you would like to learn more. But that is everything that I have for this month. I believe next month I will be doing Unstoppable from Renegade Games. But as always, if you have any suggestions of games that you would like to see a solo mode for, please let me know down in the comments below. I will be back again next month. Once again, my name is Jamie from Foster the Meeple and BoardGameGeek. I'll see you next month, and until then, happy gaming. Bye!